Looks even worse when you turn the camera on, doesn't it? Rank. Anyway, what's up people? Welcome back. 2018, another year, another start, another new year, new you, all that jazz. Need to clear this up. While I was in US, I burnt my lip quite badly while me and Carly were trekking in Joshua Tree, and it's turned into a really scabby, horrible coleslaw. So yeah, hope it's not offending you too much. It's getting better now, which is all good. Anyway, welcome back. Hope you've had an amazing start to the year. Hope you had a great Christmas break and you indulged and enjoyed it and actually had fun. You didn't sit there just eating boring salads and that kind of jazz, because that's really boring. Anyway, straight back into our first New Year's vlog. I've got training, I've got nutrition, and I've got a load of your questions that I'm going to answer throughout this vlog, which I asked on Instagram stories last night. What do you want me to cover? Let's get going. So breakfast is simple. 4 poached eggs, 2 rounds of toast, glucosamine sulfate, and a vitamin D3. A few of you more keen-eyed watchers out there may be sitting there going, but Leon, that nutrition, that breakfast is no different to before Christmas. And there's a very technological, huge, deep answer for that. It's because it isn't. I don't change it. If you spoke to Carly, if you spoke to John, if you see anyone who hangs around with me and knows my nutrition and training and everything at the moment, before I had my Christmas break, it was working. It was going really well. So the only thing that's slightly changed is I went away to America, went mental, got involved with the In-N-Out burger, as you do, loved it, and now I'm just going back to what was working. There seems to be such a huge emphasis that you have to change everything because it's a new year, and that's the first big kind of tip. If any of you out there are watching and feeling like you have to change something just because it's a new year, don't. If it was working for you before Christmas, stick with it just the same. So I'm gonna smash these eggs in as quick as I possibly can, and then actually, before I do that, I'm going to go to the dugout, and then I'm going to go and do a snatching program, which I'm going to answer one of your guys' questions, which was about stretching and mobility drills to help improve your snatching and squat depth, that kind of stuff. So I shall see you shortly.
A cheeky little promo.
Right. I've got to go to the gym, but via Boots, because there's a certain type of tape that I always need to wrap my thumbs, and I've run out when I'm snatching. So to Boots it is. It's very adventurous, isn't it? Let's go to Boots. Need some epic music or something for that. Ew, Boots. Boots had it, never failed. The stretch fabric tape, I've been using this since I first did a workout session with Sonny Webster months and months ago now, and it's just brilliant. It offers nice support. It doesn't cost as much as the K-tape stuff that I was buying online, and it doesn't pull as much. So like, I used to wrap my whole thumb, which John still does and prefers to do it that way, but for me I just wrap the bottom part so it stops that rubbing just in the little knuckle, and it starts to pull the skin away normally. So that stuff, £2 a roll, can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, I had to. I'm coming for you, baby.
Do you know what I love? Oh, hang on. Do you know what I love when I first go back to the box? When I've had a bit of a break, I get that real nervous excitement feeling. I'm like, oh, I wonder who's gonna be here. Wonder what everyone's gonna be doing. Is there any New Year's resolutions walking in? But anyway, I need to get in there, I need to stop smiling. I've already done all of my mobility stuff, but because there was a snatch class going on, there was bars everywhere, so I couldn't put the camera out. I'm now gonna go back and film a few seconds of each movement that I did or exercise that I did that really helped, just so you can have a look at it to make sure that if there's anything new that you wanna try or anything that you're struggling with, your squats, your overhead position, your bottom of your squat position, anything to do with those kind of positions, I keep saying position, try these mobility drills. Give it time. I spent, what, 40 minutes and I haven't even lifted a single weight yet doing my mobility stuff, if that puts it into perspective for you, but it makes so much difference. Ready the body to take the intensity and the weight that you're going to use for your session. It's common sense. These drills will help regardless of whether you do Olympic lifting or overhead squatting or snatching or whatever, whether you just squat and deadlift, they will help no end, so get them in. This one, adductors, hamstrings, back. You'll notice that I use the bar because I can lever against it. It gives me progression. I can see where my heels get to. Obviously, the closer you can get your butt to the bar, the better. I'm miles away at the moment. And then you'll notice I do both sides. It's just loosening off the lower back a little bit. Just make sure that you keep your chest nice and tight. I spend around 2 to 3 minutes here. And then I move on to the hips, opening the hips, kick one leg up to the side, and then sit back into the hips. This one is hard if you've got tight hamstrings or really tight hip complex, so don't kick the leg too high. I could have been a little less lazy with this position. So normally it's a nice long lunge. You'll notice that my heel's turning in. I try not to do that normally. This will just help release off your Achilles and calves. And then upper body, external rotation with the arm. Chest is always tight, so I sit into a lunge. Pull down with a resistance band, about a 6 out of 10. And just hold that for 30 seconds each side. And then I always will finish off with a duck walk. I'll go from body weight, and I'll only ever go as high as I was using a 5 today, I think. 10 will probably be my max, just to make sure that I'm nice and warm, heart rate's up a little bit. Let's go overhead squatting. So the main thing in these warm-up sets that I'm trying to iron out, external rotation. So if you're struggling with that, make sure that your armpits are facing forward. That's basically what external rotation is. Nice set position, and then my knees aren't collapsing in. As the weight goes up, it's basically focusing on it even more. Come on. Come on. Look at our big spot. Go on. Pick a spot and go. Go on. Keep going. Come on, Leo. Knees out, knees out. Yeah. So 100 kilos, that's a huge PB for me, overhead squat. Marginable on depth. I wish I had a side angle so I could see whether I broke parallel, but regardless, I was really happy to get that weight overhead. And when I was saying this is why I overhead squat before I snatch now, because having more weight, that's like 15 kilos more than what my max snatch is. So having that extra weight over my head before I go into snatching gives me so much more confidence when it comes to snatching in that overhead position. This is exactly why I did that first. So now, strip the weight down, build it back up with the snatch. So my snatching now is all single reps for quality, so I won't move up on a weight until it feels right. So this is 50. I would hope that I haven't got any problems with this, but I'll probably just talk that up. Done, finished on 75, and I just feel really tired, so I started dropping out. I did that like 3 times and dropped it, but it's all good. Great session. Now let's go and get some food. What a start to the week. Yesterday, before I started vlogging, I PB'd my 5x5 back squat by 5 kilos. Today, overhead squat, well happy. Snatching was great, my knee position's so much better. I've got a lot more to work on, obviously, as we always have, but I'm really happy with how it's going. Now, double shot of protein powder, creatine scoop in there as well. Right, we've had a slight change of plan because my mate Matt, annoyingly, I say annoyingly, I can't wait, it's gonna suck, but I can't wait, has messaged, and I was speaking to him at the box about doing a session, and he said now that it's gonna be about 3:30, which gives me like an hour and a half to get food, run some errands and get back. And then we're gonna sit down and have a serious chat about nutrition, so I'll be back in a second. Let's talk about it, nutrition. Right, if you know your nutritional protocol, you don't need to worry about it, you've got it on point. Probably fast forward a few minutes to me being back in the gym, probably complaining about my leg pain or something stupid like that, because you don't really need to know this part. But if you do, the amount of questions that we got in our DMs on Instagram, tweets yesterday, relating to nutrition, I'm gonna cover 2 major points. First of all, is it really important to keep an eye on your nutrition if you train really hard? Second of all, how to navigate it at the start of the year and generally throughout when it comes to nutrition. They seem to be the general kind of theme that we were getting. First of all, how important is it? I'll be honest, up until a couple of years ago, I would have said not at all. Not important at all, train hard, do it, eat what you like, you'll get away with it. I'm not such a spring chicken anymore. That stuff catches up on you. For me now, it's a lot harder to get lean. Do I feel like I'm kind of fighting away all the crappy decisions and nutritional protocols I did when I was younger? Yeah, probably a little bit. So if you're new to training, you're just about to start on your journey to righteousness when it comes to health and fitness, get your nutrition sorted now. It's so important. It will bite you in the ass when you're older if not. And if you've been training for years and you want to start out now, first things first, get it right. Don't worry about your training, don't worry about your splits, don't worry about your uppers, lowers, fronts, backs, jerks, bum workouts. Any of that crap doesn't matter unless you get a sustainable nutritional protocol in place. And by sustainable, I mean long term. January especially. There's people now turning around and doing veganuary because they think it's going to help them lose weight. Jesus Christ, veganism is an ethically driven lifestyle, right? It's a dietary protocol that people do for ethical reasons. It's good for the planet, animal welfare. It's not about aesthetics. So please don't take on a lifestyle like that purely because you want a better body. It's disrespectful, and also as well, it's a little bit stupid because you're not going to fully invest into a dietary protocol or a way of living when it comes nutritionally, especially when it comes to veganism. You've got to have more about you and more want to do it rather than just because you want to lose weight, because it is a harder lifestyle. It's a beautiful way of living, but it should be ethically driven. That's why a lot of people stick to that, because there's a lot more emotion attached to it than just I want to lose a little bit of weight. So at this time of the year, don't panic. I referenced it at the start of this video. If your periodization was right with your training before you had your Christmas break, right, and your nutrition was working, go back to it. All you did over Christmas is probably just got your activity levels based on your calories, etc., out of whack. You may have been training 5 times a week and eating 3,000 calories, right, every day before your Christmas break. And then over Christmas, you might have just trained once, but still been eating about 3,000 calories a day. What does that mean? Surplus, which means you're going to gain weight. You might simply just need to start moving again, and you'll find in a couple of weeks you're back to where you were again, and then right back on the road smashing it again. If not, smidge it down, maybe 100, 150 calories a day, something like that over the next week. I don't mean every day take it down lower, but say you're at 3,000, take it down to 2,850 for instance, for a couple of weeks. Let your body weight level back out again, and then just start smashing it. But try not to panic. If you're new and you've never started, young or old, go online. I can't believe I'm repeating this. It sounds really stupid, and I don't mean to sound frustrated, but it's not frustration aimed at any of you guys and girls out there. It's aimed at the industry, because I only had to look one scroll through my Instagram feed, and I'm like, so many influencers and fitness professionals, so-called professionals, just putting out crap and pressure on more and more people. Boxing Day, oh, I well overindulged on Christmas Day, getting back at it hard, need to get my body back. You had 1 day off, dude. Chill out. You don't realize the effect that has on other people. These people who are like in a pinnacle position, the top of the health and fitness chain, turn around and making out that they're punishing themselves massively, and they've massively fallen off the wagon by eating a Christmas dinner. Jesus Christ, get back in your box. It's ridiculous. But anyway, sorry, I get frustrated with people because I'm like, I see the knock-on effect. I've worked with the clients that have had all of the issues further down the line because people out there of influence are turning around and putting more pressures on people, making people feel crap for having a life and living. Jesus. Anyway, if you're new, probably just wound a few people up, sorry. If you're new, right, and you want to start right now, I'm gonna say it, track. It gives you nowhere to go
when it comes to getting it wrong. You don't have any questions. You don't need to worry about it. Go online, basic BMR calculator will churn out a rough, and I mean a rough number for you. You might have to tweak it over the next few months, but at least you've got something you can reference to start straight away. Myfitnesspal, you can pretty much scan most of the barcodes on foods to find out what's in it. Don't worry at this stage about measuring and weighing any of your vegetables. We can't get enough in if we tried anyway. Worry about your major fat, protein and carbohydrate sources, 30 to 40 grams of fiber a day. They're the things that you really want to keep an eye on. Otherwise, just let the veg do its own thing. Just pile your plate up. Don't worry about weighing all that. Honestly, it's a waste of time unless you're an athlete who has to be within certain increments and everything like that. Do that for a month. Then worry about your training. If you're doing something, i.e. you've just joined the gym and they're going to give you a basic protocol, make sure that your calories and macros support that protocol that you're doing. Make sure that you've got to remember that you're going to be creating a deficit by more activity, so your calories might be able to come up a little bit more. But don't stress, it's not that hard. It's normally just hard because we worry about all the crap that we're absorbing in terms of social media and other people's opinions and everything like that. Trust me, if you take anything else away from, nothing else away from this video, but BMR calculator, get a number and start basically tracking, I'm happy, I've done my job. So I'm gonna put my bloody soapbox away now, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna start complaining about my legs and then train with Matt. So if this bit helped, specifically, let me know below. If you've got any more questions you want me to expand at all nutritionally, let me know. Even if I have to do it in another video, because otherwise this will be like a documentary and it'll frustrate the people who want to see the training. Let me know below. Thanks for all the questions as always, guys. I'll see you in a sec.
See you later, Chase. Oh my God, it's real. My legs are so wrecked. As I just said, I've just had a bit of a foam roll, stretched out, done a pre-workout, and Carly's in here now. She's taking over there. She's taking photos. Oh, Matt's turned up, so I've been here like half an hour. Haven't seen Carly all day, and she's turned up, and all she's seen is me just sitting here doing nothing. And she's like, do you do any work? The first 10-minute EMOM is, you've essentially got 30 seconds to complete 6 deadlifts at 80 kilos, and then max effort burpees. And then your partner goes from the 30 second to the minute, then you repeat 10 rounds each. This one is all about pacing, because the main thing you want is consistency over your burpees. So I've never done this one before, so I'm gonna aim for between, if I can get 6 to 8 burpees every round, I'll be really happy. So get the gas mask out.
All my breaks
That's so managed 4 sets of 9 burpees, 5 sets of 5, and the last minute was max effort burpees for the remainder of a whole minute. I managed 21, Matt got 23. It's good. Oh. Right, round number 2, 6 down ups, max toes to bar to 30 seconds, and then a 30-second break. This one is going to be, yeah, this one's going to be yummy. Let's go.
I'll go first, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, 10. Come on, keep on the bar. 5. Come on, keep going.
That did exactly what it said on the tin. My midline went, I got 1 round of 11, 2 rounds of 10, 1 round of 9, then all 6s until the last minute got 12. That was consistent at 10s for the first 7 rounds, then a 9, then an 8, and then 16 at the end. Awesome stuff, mate, well done.
Oh, it's horrible.
Boom. I've come out and it's like dark outside, but wow, what a session. That's 100% more than I was expecting to do, so happy to get in there and get that done. My midline is torched. That was a great little session. If you've only got 10 minutes, even if you can't do the 80 kilo deadlifts, doesn't mean you can't do the workout, just do it lighter, but try and get that intensity, that consistency. It was an awesome little workout. So I'm now gonna head home, and what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna be cooking my tea. So what I said I was gonna have for lunch, just in case you're interested and wanted to know, I'm gonna cook my 2 chicken fillets up, I'm gonna do a ton of veg and a load of rice. That'll be my last main meal of today. And then snack wise, I always have a banana. I have another protein shake which has 2 scoops of protein in, no more creatine today. And then also another thing, I have a pack of those Callow rice cakes every day, like the chocolate ones. I normally have between 3 and 6 of those each day. And then also, what else? Banana saurine loaf. If I'm really struggling with my calories, that's got a nice little bang for its buck. But that's pretty much what I'm on at the moment. I'm gonna end the vlog now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've got any more things that you want us to cover in a more of a vlog style opposed to us directing straight down the camera as we do when we're on a Sunday video, just let us know. We can kind of wang them in throughout a vlog. If you like this vlog, let us know. Giving it a massive thumbs up really does help us and does let us know that you like the content. If there's anything, like I say, you want to see more of, let us know below. Your support over the last few years has been unbelievable, so thank you so much. Let's have an awesome 2018 together. Keep being awesome, guys, and see you in the next one.